Hey friends, it's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome. So friends, we are still continuing our air fryer February, and today I have an air fryer twice baked potato. My son has been asking for this for dinner, and I meal planned for this month and thought, you know what, let's throw it in there. So I will quickly go over the ingredients for the potatoes and then we'll get started. So first, obviously, you want to have some potatoes. I like the russet potatoes, just kind of like a medium size. I do have one that's a little bit larger. I usually do 4 potatoes, one for each one of us. And what I usually do is do 1 extra potato, and that way I use the inside of that and add it to make it fluffier and nice and puffy and overflowing. I do that with my deviled eggs as well. I always cook a couple extra eggs and then put that in so I have a nice stuffed potato or egg. So I usually do 5 potatoes for 4 people. And then we're going to use some olive oil, kosher salt, black pepper, sour cream. I like using the Mexican cheese, but you can use cheddar cheese if you want, not a biggie. I'm also going to be using the bacon, the real bacon pieces. You can cook your own bacon, but I just find during the week trying to get, when I do a full-blown meal like pork, because tonight I'm having pork and this, and then I have to cook the bacon, the potatoes. It's like a long drawn-out process. So I find when I don't have a lot of time, I use this, and it tastes just as good. I'm going to be using some butter and some green onion. And I believe that is it. So first we're going to do is bake the potato. I love baked potatoes. If you don't like twice baked potatoes, but you like regular baked potatoes, follow this first step, because I'm telling you friends, baked potatoes in the air fryer are so delicious. You'll never go back to putting them in the oven or the microwave, I promise. So let's turn the camera down and let's get started with baking the potato first, and then when that's done, we'll go ahead and mix everything together. So let's get started. All right, my friends, so what I first like to do is just take my knife, you can use a fork or whatever, and I just put a slice down the middle. I don't go very deep, I just use to the tip of the knife just to kind of, it's like taking a fork and poking holes in it. So I do that first. All of these. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little bowl here, put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of it, and then what I usually do is just take my potato. I'm actually gonna not use my fingers. Get my little tongs out. Flip my potato around in the olive oil. I find this really gives the skin a nice, this allows the skin to get really crispy, like that. And then I have my kosher salt, and I just sprinkle my kosher salt on my potato. Just like that, with the oil on it, it adheres to it nicely. And I'll put my potato in. And try to keep track of where you put the slit in. When you flip it over, you want to make sure you know what side it's on, because I like having it up. You can also if you find it easier just to kind of coat it like that, put some in the bottom, and you can just put the oil on it this way. This does work well too. Oh, can you guys see that? I don't think you can see that. So just so to make it a little bit easier, put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, a little bit on top. Take a little olive oil brush and just brush the potato like that. Like I said, it makes it a little bit easier, but if you don't have a brush, you can just twist it around in the bowl. I can use my hands. I'm just trying to avoid getting all the grease all over it. The oil. Alright. There we go. Put that on there like that. I'll sprinkle a little more on there. Still have some oil in the pan there. Now I have all my potatoes done. I'm going to move this over so I can wash it out and use it. Now that our potatoes are on our tray, we're going to go ahead and put them in the air fryer. We're going to put this on 400. We're going to cook it about 40 minutes. Oops. And then test it with a fork. Depends on your air fryer. It can go anywhere between 35 to 50 minutes. So we're going to test this about 40 minutes because I have made these in the past, and that's roughly what it takes in my air fryer. So what we'll do is when this is finished, friends, we'll go ahead and get everything else put together and get our twice baked potatoes made. 40 minutes is up. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick test of the potato. This one needs to go a little bit longer. I'm going to put them in for about 5 more minutes. Alright, my friends, let's do a quick check. Oh, it's going through nicely. I think we are good. I'm going to take this out real quick. Set that there. I'm going to let it cool for a minute or so before we go ahead and cut them in half and scoop it out. So now we're going to go ahead and get our potatoes, cut them in half. Let's get the center scooped out. Oops. Don't want to rip that skin. And you can feel the salt on the outside of it. It's nice and salty. I love how the skin tastes with that salt on it. Like I said, this is all you need to do for the baked potato. You just put your butter on it, sour cream, whatever you want. It's done. But we're going to scoop this out. I have 2 tablespoons of butter here in this bowl. What I'm going to do is just get my spoon, I'm gonna leave a little bit of the potato around the edge just so that it keeps it nice and sturdy and it doesn't collapse or rip. I'm gonna get it right in the middle, just like that. I'll show you an up close. There we go, just like that, friends. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop this out, and it's hot. I'm gonna use a paper towel. Scoop that out in the middle. Like I said, I have my 2 tablespoons of butter in there already. So let me go ahead and finish getting these scooped out, and then we'll go ahead and mix up all of our ingredients. Okay, my friends, so here is my potato that I like to do extra, just so I have, and I just squeeze that in there like that, because I'm not worried about the skin, but I do save it because I like the skin, and if I do get too much, I can always fill half of one of these, so I try not to bust the skin up too much on that, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and get started and mash these up and put the ingredients together. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to do the same with the pepper, just 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then there's my potato masher. I'm going to go ahead and start mashing my potatoes up. Is mashed up well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add in a 1/4 cup of my bacon bits. Now, like I said, you can do regular bacon if you want. I would cook about 6 slices of bacon and put half in, and then we're going to top with half of it. And now we're going to go ahead and add a cup of cheese. You want to make sure your potatoes are warm because they're not steaming hot though, but cup of cheese, and then just about 1.5 cups of cheese. And you can use cheddar cheese. I just like using the Mexican cheese. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up really, really well. And friends, also, I sometimes even add in the dry ranch seasoning. I'll add in about a teaspoon or so of that, but I'm having ranch pork chops tonight, so I'm not adding it in here tonight since I've already got it on my pork. But I do that, and I think it tastes really, really good. Okay, now we have that done. Now we're going to go ahead in, oops, just forgot my chives, almost forgot those. I'm going to put half of my 2 chives, so basically 1 chive in, and then we'll top with some more chives. And now we're going to go ahead and put in, oh, that hurt. Our, where's my tablespoon? I'm going to go ahead and put in 4 tablespoons of sour cream. 3 and 4. You can also do milk if you don't want to do sour cream. Okay, now we're going to give this, I got potato everywhere on me. Alright, we're going to mix this up really well. add about 1 more tablespoon, a nice heaping. It's a little bit on the dry side. I think as I added that much larger potato, I'm going to get it a little bit more moist. And you can judge when you're mixing it. Okay. There we go. Just make sure it's mixed really, really well. Then we're going to bring our potatoes back over. We're going to go ahead and just stuff them back in. Just like that. You don't want to shove it down quite yet. I always like just sitting it on top just a little bit so I know that all my potatoes are filled. I think they look good. Let me put this aside and I'll show you what they look like real quick. Okay, my friends, so here are the potatoes and this is what they look like. Hope you guys can see that. So I'm just going to take a tad bit more cheese and just sprinkle over the top. Just a little bit, not a lot. Make sure you have that tray underneath there because it's going down. There we go. We like our cheese. Alright. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the bacon bits and I'm going to sprinkle those on top. Or I should say bacon pieces. Bag is small, it's hard. Oh, that was a waste. You can pretty much use this whole entire bag, honestly. You could add a little more inside if you buy the bag. Okay, and then I have just a tad bit left of the onion. A little I like to do it and put it in the air fryer. Some people like to do it after the fact. That's totally up to you. I like it a little crispier, to be honest with you. So, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and put these in the air fryer. So I'm going to put it in for 400. I'm going to put it in for about 4 minutes and then I'll check it and put it in for another minute or two if it needs to. Alright, my friends, I put it back in for 2 extra minutes and I think we are done. That looks delicious. Let me go ahead and get this plated up and have dinner. Alright, my friends, do they look yummy or what? Oh, I'm so excited to have these. We're going to eat dinner just in a few minutes. I've had these many, many times, and I tell you, they are so delicious. So friends, I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you're enjoying this air fryer February, where I'm posting either a link over on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page, as well as creating a few YouTube videos for you every single day in the month of February. I've tried some new recipes myself, and so far I have not been disappointed, and I hope you guys haven't either. So let me know if you have tried any of these recipes. Just leave a comment down below. So friends, thanks again so much for joining me. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, as it does greatly help me out. And don't forget to hit that little bell because it will notify you every time I have a new video coming out. And don't forget to go check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I am very active as well. So friends, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!